All right, let's talk about it. Today, we're digging into one of the most recognizable and, let's be honest, charged terms to come out of the internet, Karen. We're going to break down what it is, what it means, and the whole mindset behind it, all based on our source material. So yeah, let's get into it. But before we define anything, I just want you to listen. Just take in this raw moment of friction. Chill out, chill out. They're going to give it to you. Chill out. Breathe. Wow. You can just feel the tension in that, can't you? A situation that feels like it's about to boil over. I mean, that's a scene a lot of us have probably seen play out, maybe even been a part of. So it really makes you wonder, what's the right move here? How do you even begin to handle that kind of intense public showdown? We're going to explore some answers today.
Well, that chaotic energy we just heard, that is exactly the kind of thing that gave birth to the term Karen. It really started off as just another viral meme, but man, it blew up into a full-on social stereotype, a shorthand for a very specific type of public behavior. So what is the actual definition? Our source, the Shut Up Karen blog, puts it this way. It's a negative label for someone who seems entitled, demanding things that are way out of line for the situation. It's that huge disconnect between what's happening and their reaction to it. And this is really the key. The term has become more than just a name. It's cultural shorthand. You say the word Karen, and pretty much everyone immediately pictures a very specific scene involving public entitlement. It's a powerful and, frankly, an instantly understood idea. So to really get a handle on the stereotype, we have to look at the common situations where this kind of behavior tends to show up. And our source material basically gives us a field guide packed with examples. The blog kind of maps out a timeline of when you might run into this. And what's interesting is it suggests this behavior can flare up anytime, anywhere. From the general stress of a Monday morning to the high-stakes vibe of election day, or even the chaos of a packed gym in January. Heck, even just a day with bad weather can be a trigger. And this slide really nails down those specific triggers. We're not talking about huge life-altering events here. It's the small, everyday stuff that can make that feeling of entitlement just boil over. Someone taking too long in the coffee line, traffic jams, grocery store meltdowns. These are those little moments where things can go from 0 to 100 real quick. Okay, so we've defined the problem, we've seen the examples, but the blog doesn't just point out the issue, it actually offers a playbook. And that brings us to what it calls the Karen Survival Guide, which is all about how to respond in a way that actually works. The guide really boils it down to a 4-step approach. Step 1, and this is probably the hardest part, stay kind. After that, it's about setting clear, firm, but polite boundaries. Then, a little bit of humor can work wonders to disarm a tense situation. And the golden rule that holds it all together? Just try to navigate the whole thing with grace. And this is the most crucial takeaway. It is not about winning the argument. It's not about proving you're right and they're wrong. According to the source, the entire point is to de-escalate, to take all that tension we heard in that opening clip and just bring it all the way back down. Now, here's where the whole conversation gets a lot more interesting and, frankly, more important. The blog makes a very deliberate effort to challenge the stereotype it's named after by highlighting some amazing people who just happen to share the name. I mean, look at this comparison. It's night and day, right? On one side, you've got the meme, which is all about entitlement, rage, and making demands. But on the other side, you see the real people the blog champions, who are defined by the complete opposite: kindness, talent, and grace. The blog specifically shouts out some positive examples like the actress Karen Gillan, who's known for being so creative and kind, and, of course, the absolute legend, singer Karen Carpenter, an icon of grace. It's a really powerful reminder that a name is just a name. It doesn't define who you are. And this quote from the blog just says it all, loud and clear. Not all Karens are bad. The source material is using the meme to talk about a behavior, but it's super careful to draw a line between that behavior and the actual human beings who are just out there living their lives. So let's pull all these threads together. What is the big picture takeaway here? Well, it really seems to be a universal message, something our other source called the imperative to chill out. Because when you really think about it, slapping a label on somebody is the easy way out, isn't it? It's a mental shortcut. It saves us the trouble of trying to understand what's really going on. What's way, way harder is turning that lens around on ourselves and asking how we can de-escalate these moments. And that brings us right back to the core lesson from that survival guide, this idea of navigating entitlement with grace, whether you're seeing it in someone else or, let's be honest, maybe even feeling a flash of it yourself. It's a principle that applies to absolutely everyone, no matter what your name is. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. In a world that feels so full of conflict sometimes, from the grocery store aisle to the internet comments section, who really needs to take the advice from that clip at the very beginning and just chill out? Is it them or is it us?